Okay, so can't find a networking event. Typically, when somebody tells me this, I just tell them that they're not really looking hard enough. Because if you were to look hard enough, you will be finding a lot of networking events at meetups.com specified to what you're looking into. Are you looking into the local associations that leads and deals with a lot of seniors, like typical Alzheimer's associations? You have your dementia associations. You have your breast cancers. You have so many different associations out there that would be valuable, especially if they're linked into dealing with a lot of clients or a lot of patients that are in the senior community. Your Chamber of Commerce. So if you're literally working in a particular county, for example, how many different cities are within that county? And so how many cities are within that county? And then within that, how many chamber of commerces are out there? There's always guaranteed one chamber of commerce per city. So when are their meetings? When do they have, new invitations? When are they having little luncheons? Are there any weekend meetups that actually occurs? You want to attend between 2 to 3 networking events every week at some form or the other. Now, if you tell me and you literally say, Michael, really, I've been looking and there is none that I can find at all. Well, then make one. I literally have done it where I've actually created my own networking events. My own events to make it even better. Why do I want to do networking events? Why do I want to make my life easier? Because I want to make it easier. And how do I do it? Attend networking events, because you have the like-minded people in one location and now you can find them. Now you need to be able to create gravity towards you. You need to be able to be the center of the universe. Okay? So one type of event I love doing every year, and I always get asked to do this always, is my famous luau event. So I will typically do this, right around fall time, right before fall hits. And so we'll bring in hula dancers, we'll bring in some, fire jugglers. We'll go ahead and set up a couple roast pigs. Make sure that we contact one of the local Hawaiian caterers or Hawaiian restaurants and have them cater the event. Okay? Of course, I want to make it cheaper, so I make sure I just buy a roast pork, either at the Chinese restaurant or the Filipino store. Order that because it's a lot cheaper than having them do a pit roast. If you have a local Hawaiian caterer do it, it gets costly for that. So you want to be able to have the entertainment. This is where you can invite the office manager for the physician's office, invite the social worker, the administrator for the nursing homes, invite social workers and discharge planners for the hospitals. If you do this correctly, you're going to be able to literally bring so many people to your area. And who doesn't love a luau? Who doesn't want to get that wonderful invitation? You're going to make a nice invitation that has a luau invite. Not a lot of people gets invited to come to a luau. So you invite them. Tell them to bring their Hawaiian shirt. Tell them to bring their Hawaiian skirts, Hawaiian skirts or whatever. Or their, the whatever that they can actually wear that somewhat looks like an island theme. Make sure you go to Oriental Trading, and I always tell people this. Oriental Trading is such an amazing store. Buy leis that you guys can give to everybody. Okay? There's this local party store that I can rent things, and I would rent this 8-foot, one is 8 foot, the other is 10-foot Hawaiian wood carving that they'll put in the entrance of wherever I'm having the events. Okay? So imagine, it's so amazing when you create the event because you're the center. Everyone's thanking you for inviting them to the event. Okay? So you want to create a nice event. Now, to kick off the summer, we have our barbecue event, where I have this amazing friend who is or who thinks he is, a world-class barbecue roaster or whatever, and he has a really nice smoker, and I'll ask him to, how much does it cost to be able to do some smoking, and we'll smoke some ribs, some pulled pork, have a nice traditional American buffet in the park. And once again, same thing, invite people. Invite them. Have them bring their family members. They can bring a kid. They can bring one significant other. Okay? Have, some drinks in there. I wouldn't suggest a lot of liquor. Okay? So you want to keep it limited a little bit. You want to keep it PG friendly. But a little spritzer, a little wine won't help. A little light beers here and there would be a good thing to have. But it's a good way to do. Have an event. If you can make it very, very cheap. Okay? It's a very great idea to actually have. Have a barbecue event. Right? Have some fun and games under the sun. Okay? Have some, face painting. You can hire a face painter for $100 if they're going to bring kids. You can go ahead and do so many different things. I have this speaker that is chargeable, that is, when you use it, it can work for 7 hours straight without it being plugged in. I bought it at Costco for $99. You can hook up an iPad to it. You can hook up an iPhone. You can hook up any other MP3 players. Put on your Pandora, attach it to it. Now you have music. You don't have to hire a DJ. Okay? So it's an amazing thing that you can do. The next one is create your own senior expo. Remember working with power partners? If they're like-minded people that want to reach the same exact people, join together, create a small senior expo. Now you can make it a little bit bigger, but I think that takes time to be able to do that. But imagine bringing a lot of people to actually have them spend money to be able to help pay to have this event. Invite seniors to it. Have giveaways. Have some entertainment. When you have these local senior expos, you know what you need to do? Go find yourself a lookalike Elvis impersonator. Good to have. Bring back those luau Hawaiian dancers. Okay? Make sure you have those going on. There's so many stuff that you can do. Have a local senior expo. What this happens is it brings in all the seniors to come to this one event. Make sure you have bingo and prizes at this event, okay? When you do these type of things, you're going to start bringing in people who are your potential patients, your potential clients for your non-medical, your private duty. Of course, if you're a private duty company, you're not going to allow any other private duty companies to enter. If there's any other home health agency that wants to actually enter and be at the event, you make sure that they're not offering non-medical because you want to be the only non-medical person in that event. Okay, next thing is fitness events. I shared this previously when I talk about having a Zumba class going on. I make sure we have a monthly Zumba course at 5 different locations on 5 different counties that we do. It's held at the same Saturday of each month. Okay, and what happens is we're the go-to place for the seniors. We're the place where they can actually meet and mingle with old friends. They invite friends to come in. They invite their kids to come in. So this is gonna bring out the word about your company. You're gonna put that in Facebook. You're gonna take pictures. You're gonna post videos. You're gonna put this in your Instagram. You're gonna put this in your website. You're going to put this in every single social media aspect that you can do. Also, another thing is your flu shot clinic. Okay? Bring in some people to actually be able to offer flu shots. You can bill for the flu shots. You can bill their insurances. And if they don't have any insurance, you can go ahead and ask for the cost of it. Typically, you can charge between the amount of $12 to $15 per shot. So this is a potential additional income earning for you. Or if you don't want to fork up the cost of bringing somebody in to do the shots or to pay up front for the shots, for the vials, ask a local pharmacy to be able to help with you. When you have an event like this, Walgreens, CVS, they're going to want to join with you, or even any other local pharmacies. So these are great, great information to be able to have. Okay? Now, door to door. When we start talking door to door, why go to door when you can have them all come to you, or you go where they all are meeting? That's why networking events are so important. If you want to become successful, you want to be able to maximize your time. That's why I teach you guys to have appointments set up, use your phone's call techniques. If you want to be able to meet people up front, I'd rather have you meet people in networking events, right? You can do one quick elevator pitch in the beginning, and you're going to get people to start referring to you, and you're going to get people to be interested in you. Okay? Now, I want you to follow me, okay? I want you to follow me in regards to this journey of learning the techniques that I'm sharing with you guys, to be able to learn the value of why using these services, why working, with me, to be able to learn the techniques to be able to be successful. I've researched what has worked out there, and I've also researched what hasn't worked. And just because it hasn't worked, that doesn't mean I'm not trying to learn how to perfect things. Now, in this industry, you're going to see blogs out there, you're going to see some videos out there of people telling you to do this and do that. You should have this and have that, meaning you should have these mugs, you should have these pens, you should have these giveaways like this. You should buy this, you should buy that expensive thing. You need to hire that girl right there, she has experience. You need to hire him right there, he used to work with a great company. Look, that's what everybody's going to tell you. They're going to tell you what you should be doing. But the most important thing is how to do it. To learn literally how to have the tools, not just to have this or buy this, but you can buy something, but if you don't know how to use it, it's not going to be worth anything for you. You want to learn and use the tools correctly. You want to be able to make sure that whatever you're using, you can use it to the best of your knowledge, to the best of its capabilities. One thing I share with people is the basic business card handoff technique. So when you handshake somebody, right, when you're exchanging business cards, you're going to have somebody hand you their business cards and shake your hands, and you give them your business card, and then all of a sudden what happens? You shake their hands, and that's it. So what I do is I add an extra tip to this. This is what you do. When you hand them, you have to make sure you get their business card first. Once you get their business card, great. Show them that you put it in your wallet. Don't show them that it goes in your pocket. Because most everybody that actually sees their business card goes in a pocket, they know that's going to go to the trash. Subconsciously or consciously knowing that. When you hand over your business card to them, what I want you to do is hand over the business card. When they grab your business card, don't let go. What happens is when you stop and you don't let go, you're gonna point to your business card. And they're gonna look down to your business card. Why is this guy not moving his business card? What you do next is that you tell them, you give them a story. Look, we work with amazing people, and I want to be able to make sure that when you need some services for your mom, when you need services for your patients, this card right here is valuable, and I want you to be able to make sure that you give us a call to be able to make sure that you know and get your commitment that we want to provide the best care possible for your patients. It's the right thing to do. So it's a great business card. My cell phone's right there. If you want, you can literally email me your information, and I'll make sure I have that. I look forward to be able to be meeting with you. Now, that's what you want to do. You want to attach feelings to it. Now, when he gave me his business card early, I already looked at the business card, and I already know that I don't have his cell phone or I don't have his email. So what I do next is this. I say, you know what? I see that you don't have your cell phone, your email, and your business card. Is it possible to get that from you? And they're going to say yes or no. Great. What you do next is you take out your cell phone. You have them enter their information on your cell phone. And the reason why you take out your cell phone is because you're going to give that to them. And when you give that to them, they're going to type in their name. They're going to type in their cell phone most of the time. Now you have their cell phone. And then they're going to type in their email. Now you have the most valuable information you need to be able to stay in contact with someone. That's their cell phone, personal cell phone, and that's their email. So what you want to do is you want to learn not just to have a business card, but to use the business card correctly. And at the same time as how to hand it off, how to speak to people. You're going to hear people say you need to build rapport, you need to go ahead and build, trust with people. Well, how do you do that? Well, that's where the follow-up system works. That's where if you generate a relationship because you're following up with them constantly, they're going to see the value of you as a person, of you as a company. So you don't want to just buy things or get things without using it. There's a company out there that sells you all these different handouts that you should be doing, you should be giving, educational materials. And I love educational-based materials. But the problem is I go into agencies and they say they bought these things, they bought those things, but it just piles up in boxes in the corner. What happened was they have these things, but they don't use it. They have these things, but they don't know how to hand it over. They have these things, but they don't know how to be able to generate buzz on why it's important. When we create educational-based marketing material, and I'm going to work with you to be able to help you create these marketing materials, you must learn how to present it to people. You must learn and show them why it's valuable and why you as a company generated the value for it. Now, a lot of people ask me this, Michael, how did you manage your team? Or we work with hundreds of home health agencies now, and we actually help managing their marketing team as well. And a lot of people ask us, Michael, how is it possible that your team can help manage hundreds of other agencies or hundreds of other marketers? And also, how have you done it with your team as well? Now, we can do it for you, but we can also show you how we use things and what we've used in our companies. So you need what we call a CRM, okay? That's a customer relationship management system or software. A lot of people used to use just Excel sheets to be able to do that. But for MeWise, there's several companies that you guys can use out there. The most expensive one that's actually detailed just for home health is Playmaker CRM. Great product. I've seen how it's used before in the past. A little expensive, but valuable. But there's other CRMs out there. You've probably heard Salesforce before. HubSpot's another one. But there's other CRMs out there that is cheap, but can be customized to you and your type of business. Another thing is that way we manage our team is in-field observation. Okay? So I want to talk to you guys about our consulting. What we do in regards to our in-field observation is that we literally go out in the field with marketers and see how they actually interact with potential referral sources. I want to see how they interact with the first time, the cold walk-ins, and see how they are able to generate that. If they are, if they actually have, the guts to be able to go in there and talk to people. You want to be able to know that your marketers are not wasting your money. You want to be able to know that what you're giving your marketers, your liaisons, the products that you're spending, that you're having a return on investment. Okay? You want that. You want to see where your money's coming and going. And you want to be able to see if they are actually effective out there. And that's where we practice, drill, rehearse indoors before they start going out there, because we can generate that buzz. We can warm them up to be ready to confront anything that's put in front of them. So in-field observations is very important. We want to be able to see how they interact. And then at the same time they need to report to us on a daily basis. I've literally seen it where companies don't even know what their marketers are doing. That companies don't even know how many people that marketer met that week, that day, that month, and even that year. And if you don't know these informations, if they're not reporting to you, then you don't know where your money's going to. You want to be able to know how to literally manage a team. Now let me give you guys a secret of what I do, and one of my biggest things that I do with a lot of my marketers. All my marketers that work for my companies have GPS transponders in their cars. What that literally means is that we can literally pinpoint where that marketer is at that one given point. And we can literally track the way that they're actually functioning. That we can literally find out how many miles they drove around today. Who were they visiting? How fast were they driving? Were they idling for a long period of time in just one area? That matters because you want to be able to manage them, okay? You don't want your marketers running amok out there personally. So by being able to get them in that system, for them to know that you're watching them, but that doesn't mean you're going to spend your whole time just in front of that screen seeing where they are at. No. Because let me tell you a quick story of what happened to me a long, long time ago. When I finally got asked to start helping out with the marketing, I literally was looking for my marketer, and I gave them a call, and I said, "Hi, just want to give you a call. What's going on? What's your day? What's your day looking like?" And what this person said was this: "Oh, I'm great. I'm actually about to walk into a doctor's office right now." And I asked him, I said, "Really? You're about to see a doctor right now? What's the name of the doctor?" He gave me the name of the doctor. I said, "That's great. So you're about to walk in there right now? Like right now?" And he said, "Yeah." And in my head, I was just shaking my head because I was on my way to order myself a Frappuccino at Starbucks. Well, 3 clients ahead of me in the line was the marketer. And he's telling me he's about to walk into a doctor right there and then. So what I literally told him was that, all right, but before you walk in, can you order me a Frappuccino? And he figured out right away what happened because he turned around and he saw me and he turned pink. So you want to be able to learn how to manage your marketers. They need to know that you're monitoring them. They need to have the freedom to be able to do things, but at the same time they need to be monitored. You don't want to waste 3 months later, $20,000, and then all of a sudden you have to let them go. Or I've even seen it where marketers have been in a company for more than 2 years and they've only produced less than 20 patients. But they say that they got the word out about the company. What we call them, spaghetti marketing. They just walk in there, hand in brochures. They let the objections get to them, and they don't know how to get past with them. And those are what we call amateur marketers. I need you guys to become professionals, and that is what this is for. That is what this training is for. Literally, look. If your marketer pays someone in the side, you still committed fraud. So why did I say that? Because you're going to teach your marketers and you're going to train them and you're going to talk to them about the anti-kickback laws, the Starks laws. But you need to be able to make sure you have policies that are set in place, that they actually sign a piece of paper, that they are aware, they've been trained about the Starks law and the anti-kickback laws, so that it clears your company from any wrongdoing. Because there's a lot of shady marketers out there. And you probably heard from the news and from the internet on how some agencies are paying per patients, are paying for referrals, and a lot of agencies are using this as an excuse why they are not getting their patients. No, there are a lot of great doctors out there. There are a lot of good referral sources who wants just the care for their patients. But these rules needs to be in place because this is how I manage my team now. Because I want to be able to make sure that the marketer knows. Because look, if you pay them money and they use that money to, they got extra bonuses or they got, really good pays and they use that money to pay somebody to refer patients to them to keep on making them look good, that's still a problem that your company created. So you want to create the policies and procedures to be able to avoid those problems. Other things I want you to do is I want you to be able to avoid independent marketers. These are the marketers that say that they have over 100-something patients, and what they can do is they can come in and start working for you and bring those patients in to start working and start being taken care of by your company. These are shady practices, and you shouldn't have those. You also have independent marketers that will say that they have their own company, that you should just pay their company and not pay them a check. You want to avoid those people. Avoid independent marketers. Okay? You want to also make sure you avoid, and once again, avoid part-time marketers. A part-time marketer is always going to be just a part-time position. You want a marketer that is committed to your company. And so that's what we do, is we help hire and we help train. If you don't know how to hire a marketer, we can work with you and be able to find you a great marketer, help you with the interview process, help you to be able to qualify them. Because the first thing you want to do is you want to hire a marketer that's going to be able to function, that's going to be able to do, that's going to be able to follow the instructions that you're going to be giving them on how you want them to market your company. You must have a whistleblower policy. This goes in part with your pretty much your anti-kickback and your Stark's Law. You must have marketers sign a policy regarding payments and legal marketing practice, right? And one thing is, when I manage my team by making sure we provide training. We practice, we drill, rehearse. We make sure that each new hire watches our 3-day marketing seminar. Pretty much the videos that we have in this training system, and we make sure that they divide it in a whole week's time. Because sometimes if you watch these videos straight, it's not going to be absorbed easily, just as if you actually split them up and repeat them. You want to practice, drill, and rehearse every day. You want to give them scenarios for them to be able to instantly say something and a response automatically and improve upon there. You want guys that's going to be gung-ho, that's going to be wanting the success for themselves and for your company. You want to be able to hire and train a marketing team who's going to be able to understand that it's going to take money, it's going to take time, it's going to take a lot of effort to be able to market a company. So money, it's going to be costly. So they shouldn't waste your money. They shouldn't be giving too many pens. They shouldn't be giving too many giveaways. They need to be able to manage that process. You want to be able to hire a team that's great. And that's what we do. We literally train people on everything that they should learn on how to be able to market and have a great company. If I'm paying you, if I'm paying someone, right? If I'm paying them, look, I want to know literally where and what they are doing. Okay? We need to do that. We need to know what they're doing. All right? It's your money. Okay? And if you're going to be a marketer, all right, you want accountability. You want to prove yourself to keep your job. Okay? So your owner should be watching you. The administrator should be watching you. They're in charge of the company. They're in charge of the success of the company. They have to monitor you. Marketers that say that they don't want to be monitored are the shady marketers, because that means they have something to hide. If you are truly great at what you do, if you really believe and truly believe that you can produce what you want to produce, that you can bring success, then who cares who's watching you?